Jesus Crispin Boying-Catabai and Remulla, born March 31, 1961, is a Filipino lawyer and politician who has served as the 59th Secretary of Justice from 2022 and recently appointed as the 7th Ombudsman of the Philippines since 2025. He previously served as a representative of Cavite from 2004 to 2013 and again from 2019 to 2022. While in Congress, Remulla served as Deputy Speaker during the 15th Congress 2010-13 and was the Senior Deputy Majority Leader in the 18th Congress 2019-2. He was an articulate opponent of ABS-CBN and was among the 70 House members who voted to reject the broadcast network's franchise renewal. He also served as governor of Cavite from 2016 to 2019 and a member of the provincial board from 1992 to 1995. He is member of the Remulla political dynasty of Cavite. His brother, John Vic, is also an incumbent cabinet member as the Secretary of the Interior and Local Government. His father, Juanito, was the provincial governor for 14 years. His other brother, Gilbert, a former television reporter for ABS-CBN, was the representative of the 2nd District from 2001 to 2007. His son, Crispin Diego, succeeded him in Congress, while his other son, Francisco Gabriel, is the current governor of Cavite. As a broadcaster, he hosts a radio program titled Executive Session on DZRH. Remulla completed his primary education at De La Salle University and his secondary education at Ateneo de Manila High School. He obtained his Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science as pre-law from the University of the Philippines, Diliman, and graduated from the university's College of Law in 1987, where he was a fellow of the Upsilon Sigma Phi fraternity. Remulla passed the bar exam and the Career Executive Service Board examination in 1987. He began his law practice as a private practitioner, being a senior partner at the Remulla and Associates Law Office. Remulla took oath as Justice Secretary on July 1, 2022, before President Bongbong Marcos. On July 13, 2022, Remulla issued Department Circular No. 027, which creates the Prosecution Integrity Board to look into misconducts of government prosecutors and recommends sanctions against them if necessary, as his first order as Justice Secretary. On July 28, 2022, he also said that he doesn't think that we need to spend the next 100 years running after the Marcoses while discussing the functions of the Presidential Commission on Good Government (PCGG) that went after the ill-gotten wealth of the Marcos family. He added that there is no need to abolish the PCGG. In November 2022, Remulla rejected the recommendations for the Philippines to adopt SOGIE bill, laws legalizing same-sex marriage, divorce, and abortion, and many more, citing it not acceptable in the Philippines, being a predominantly Catholic nation. He added that they want the SOGIE bill for same-sex marriage to have the same as in their countries, so that's not acceptable for us. They really want a lot to be implemented here. The Justice Department defended Remulla's decision to immediately reject all the recommendations. According to a report of the Commission on Audit, Remulla is the highest-paid cabinet member as of 2023, earning a net pay of Philippine peso 7.08 million that year. During his tenure, the department's human rights and gender equality offices were established. Ombudsman 2025 present. In July 2025, Remulla filed an application to become the Ombudsman of the Philippines. However, the process was rough for him as he had a pending case on the arrest of Rodrigo Duterte, which would later be dismissed on September 12th. This granted him clearance from the office of the Ombudsman on September 25th. On October 7th, President Bongbong Marcos appointed Remulla as the 7th Ombudsman, succeeding Samuel Martires, who retired in July. Alleged payment and red tagging of Robredo supporters. On his radio show Executive Session on DZRH, Remulla questioned the large turnout of individuals during a political rally of presidential aspirant and Vice President Leni Robredo conducted in General Trias, Cavite. He alleged that the supporters of the candidate were paid Philippine peso 500 each to join the rally, and that some individuals were simply ferried to the venue from other areas of the city to artificially create a large crowd, with uniformed volunteers and possibly local politicians simply leading or paying random passerby to join the rally. Robredo has since denied these claims and decried the red tagging of Remulla's fellow Cavitegos, term used to describe individuals from the province of Cavite, describing such red tagging and accusations of vote buying as an insult to Remulla's province mates. Remulla supported presidential candidate Bongbong Marcos in the 2022 presidential election. Together with his brother, then Cavite Governor Johnvic Remulla, Jesus Crispin actively campaigned for Marcos. Remulla's children include his eldest son Juanito Jose III, Crispin Diego, also known as Ping, Francisco Gabriel, also known as Abing, Lee, and Jacinta. 3 of his children are also in politics. Ping succeeded him in a 2023 special election as representative of Cavite's 7th district, serving since 2023. Abing is the incumbent governor of Cavite since 2025, and Jacinta is the incumbent vice mayor of Naic since 2025. Among Remulla's grandchildren is Mate, Lee's daughter, who is a singer and winner of Reina Hispanoamericana 2 out of 5. On October 11, 2022, Juanito Jose Remulla III, then 38, was arrested in Las Piñas for a drug prohibition violation involving Philippine peso 1.3 million worth of kush weighing close to 900 grams. However, he was later acquitted by Las Piñas Regional Trial Court Branch 197 on January 6, 2023. In a press conference on February 26, 2024, Remulla admitted that complication affected his immune system due to his June 27, 2023 coronary artery bypass surgery of his 5 arteries. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. has appointed Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla as the new ombudsman, a day after the shortlist for the position was released. Remulla will replace former Ombudsman Samuel Martires, whose term expired on July 27th. He will serve a fixed term of 7 years without reappointment. In a statement, the Presidential Communications Office vowed that the administration remains firm in its commitment to fight corruption wherever it exists. As Ombudsman, Remulla is expected to uphold transparency, strengthen anti-corruption measures, and ensure that justice is administered fairly and efficiently, the PCO said. There will be no sacred cows, no exemptions, and no excuses. Public office is a public trust, and those who betray it will be held accountable, it added. The Office of the Ombudsman handles the complaints filed against high-ranking government officials and those occupying supervisory positions, complaints involving grave offenses, as well as complaints involving large sums of money and/or properties. Remulla previously vowed that the Tanod Bayan's office would not be used as a weapon, saying that too much politics are taking place in the office. One thing I intend to do is to do away with the Ombudsman, the Office of the Ombudsman, used as a weapon against people, he had told the Judicial and Bar Council JBC. Too many cases filed in partisan politics, which some are meritorious and some are not very meritorious. And I think we have to do away with many of these that are really meant there to harass people, he added. The PCO reaffirmed that transparency, fairness, and the rule of law would remain the guiding principles of the Marcos administration. In an interview with reporters following the palace's announcement, Remulla assured that he would lead swift action on matters related to the investigation on the flood control corruption scandal once he assumes his new post as the new ombudsman. Under the rules of the Ombudsman, there is a fact-finding process. We will validate all the data submitted. Those already filed by the ICI and those to be filed by the DOJ will be in relation to individuals with salary grade 27 and above. we can expect that it will move quickly, and we will try to speed up the process. Because, as we know, this is no secret to us. We already know what happened, so we will hasten it a bit. At a palace press briefing, Presidential Communications Office PCO Acting Secretary Dave Gomez was asked regarding concerns about Remulla's partisanship due to allegations that he would pin down Marcos' political rivals. Gomez said he sees no basis for those claims. I wouldn't say that he is the most controversial. As I said, there's a vetting process, which is provided for by our Constitution and our laws, and he went through that very rigorous process. Selection process, which started with the JBC, he added. To recall, Senator Amy Marcos, the president's sister, claimed that Remulla was being pushed into the Ombudsman post in order to jail Vice President Sara Duterte and her allies by 2028. With his appointment, Remulla is expected to tackle pending complaints filed with the Ombudsman. One of these was a complaint filed against Duterte for the alleged misuse of P500 million in confidential funds of the OVP and P112.5 million in confidential funds of DEEPT from 2022 to 2024. This stemmed from the recommendation of the House Committee on Good Governance and Public Accountability to file charges against her. In June, the Ombudsman directed Duterte and 9 officials from the Department of Education and the Office of the Vice President to respond to the charges. She has filed her counter affidavit answering the allegations. Welcome to the amazing world of 1000 vlogs.